Hey everyone, it's day 2 of Prissy Girlz Talks, Mental Health Talks, and today we're going to talk about getting out of your own head. I find sometimes that we are our worst enemies, We
Yes.
get these thoughts in our heads and we can't get them out, and then before you know it, we're all wrapped up in whatever we've been thinking about. So, how
hmm
can we just get out of our own way, out of our own heads?
Well, I think I feel many a times that when we have these thoughts in our head, it's being influenced
Mm-hmm.
by something. It starts with sometime with a conversation
Mm-hmm.
from the conversation you were a participant of, or something you heard, or something you've seen, and we tend sometimes to, how should I say, almost embrace it, and it gets us to a point where we begin to think negative, or
Okay.
we begin to think according to what we've heard or what was said to us. We begin to take ownership of it, which we shouldn't.
Okay.
Sometimes we get a piece of information and we quickly make a, how should I say, an assumption of something.
Okay.
We didn't get enough information. We only got a piece
Mhm.
of it, and from that piece cause us in our heads to think the worst or to think negative. And
Mhm.
I think one thing is helpful when you get to that point is to
Mhm.
acknowledge you there. I am in a hole right now
Okay.
and I need to get out. Now, what caused me to think this way? Was it something I seen? Was it something? Was it someone criticism? Did somebody
Okay.
criticize me, or did
So
someone
then
put me down? What is it?
so then you need to identify.
Yeah, you definitely need to identify first of all that you're there.
Okay.
Acknowledge it, and then identify where it came from. Where
Yeah.
it came from, because thoughts and how should I say, thoughts and ideas are usually influenced by something else.
Yeah.
An idea comes sometimes by what you've seen or what you've heard,
Yeah.
and it could be good, but also it can be negative as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in
hmm
general, we have to protect our portals because what we
Yeah.
see, what we hear,
Yeah.
it just affects us so much.
It
And,
does.
we love people sometimes who can be a little negative. And what I find is that
hmm
if it's somebody that's close to me, your sister, your cousin, somebody that you
Right.
have to have a
Right.
relationship with, sometimes I limit my conversations or I direct the conversations, and boundaries. I found boundaries help as well because then, it's
Yes,
like,
it
okay, so
does.
we're not going to talk about, this or that. Because,
hmm
some people, there's some things you can't talk to everybody about. So I know a lot of times, I limit or have boundaries in conversations based on, who I'm talking to. And
Right. Wow. That is excellent, Sharon. You're absolutely right. Boundaries, and knowing your triggers, knowing
yeah.
um certain conversations with certain individuals triggers a certain emotion that
Mhm.
comes forth. And I don't like that emotion. I don't like that place. It puts me in a place where I don't like. So I'm going to
Right.
set a boundary, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to stay away from conversations that trigger those negative thoughts.
Yeah.